One of them is the leader of the very gang, and he's known as Speng. He's wanted for several incidents of shooting at the police. He has even threatened the commander for this station in recent times. So he has that history and he was wanted. And he had been identified as Colin Mingoes Sr. He's 48 years old. We also have among the persons identified Oneil Dixon, OC Dede. He's 24. We have Julanie Palmer. He's 22. Taffari Dell, OC Julanie, 22. Ackeem McLean, OC Teele, and he's age 20. And all of these persons were wanted for different crimes ranging from murder, shooting, as well as some of them were persons of interest in other cases that are currently under investigation by the St. Andrew Central Division.
There's a name that was being bandied about, Boom. That person is not among your list?
No, no, we don't have that person as a name that we have. But as I say, they are still in the area. They are still searching because based on the level of gunfire and the level of threat that was happening in the morning, they continue to search the area. So we will see what happens next.
Are they searching, thinking that more men might have been injured in the gunfire this morning?
It's a possibility that more persons could be injured. It's a possibility that there are more weapons. We know for a fact that there are more weapons than some of the persons. They never caught up with everybody. As a number of persons, number of young members are residing in that space.
So, what about the weapons? What kind of weapons were there?
So, of the 7 weapons, they have a submachine gun and M16 submachine gun. There were 2 other submachine high-powered rifle. There were 3 other submachine guns and 3 pistols.
And these men are from this area, from the Augustone area?
No, they are not from Augustone. They are from Bedward Gardens. Because a lot of persons, and I need to clarify that, because whenever it happens, the residents of Augustone are not very happy, because in recent time we have really seen the residents in Augustone conforming to the law. And whenever something happens in Bedward Gardens, Augustone gets mentioned. So they are very adamant that we are to make it absolutely clear that Bedward Garden is not Augustone, it's a separate community.
The Augustone people too are...
That is not for me. We work with what we have, so we are carrying out the instructions that we have, and we are doing good at what we have given the circumstances.
And importantly, that has a lot to do with logistics. It might have been very difficult based on the outlay of that space to add in a Zozo setup as we have here in Augustone. Importantly, the name came up, Boom, and I want to mention that from our information, he was part of the active group this morning, and he actually fired at the security forces. So we are still searching and expect that we may be able to find him within the space, as men are still in there, and we continue, as was said, the operations.
What's the nature of the threats that you received?
Well, the threats are that these men are adamant that they want to create mayhem, they want to kill innocent people. They have tried to do it, and that's what happened on Sunday night, because the intent that they had was to come across into Augustone in particular spaces that their rival gang members are, to carry out reprisals and other acts of criminality. So we have to be very steadfast in preserving that and creating that type of buffer. So this morning's operation is certainly in keeping with what we needed to have happen, and it has gone well so far, so we will hope to continue and reap some more success around it.
You received personal threats?
No, it's not me. We said the station commander, the inspector who works at this local. I am Marlon Nesbitt, Senior Superintendent of Police, Command Officer, St. Andrew Central Division.
So the Greater Augustone is okay, it's just the...
It's dominated by the zones of special operation forces. We carry out continuous operations in this space. I must commend members of the Augustone community, as Stephanie said, that they are quite willing to work alongside the police to maintain that type of peace and order that we are seeing, and that's what they want. So the few who are around to create that type of animosity and mayhem, they are willing to work with us so that we can sift them out and get them out and apprehend, arrest. And we have been doing that. A lot of these guys are behind bars, charged with various offenses, and we'll continue the effort.
Do you think this upsurge has to do with anything with the shooting I think it was Friday or Saturday, of the 2 Augustown men. One was killed by the police, one killed another from Augustown.
No, there are arguments surrounding some connection with that, but our intel presently not suggesting any connection as such, but we continue to decipher what's happening and as we were investigating those matters. We're working in tandem with our Kingston Central counterparts to make sure we come to some grips with that.